How you doing, guys? Back out here. Junior should be out here momentarily. I was asked what I was going to do with the door gaps. This gap right here is 3/16. This gap right here is 1/4 inch. It looks wider because there's no paint from there to there. If you look, the paint's worn off. That's why the gap looks like it gets wider. So, what am I doing with it? Hey, see, if you look, the gap looks wider than it is. We're living with it. As for this, when I went like this with my hand, the difference in the height from this to this isn't even probably a difference in the construction paper. Okay, so when the body work gets done, I'm sure that'll be taken care of. As for this, I think the door is down just a hair. As you can see the stamping. It's AMC's good stampings here. But we'll see. As soon as he strips all this off, it'll be easier to tell. That line is supposed to line up with that line, and the way it lines up here is the way it is. It's the way it sits on the molding. The bottom of the gap goes in just a hair, but the bottom of the fender could be slid out. So that's why I said I'm not really worried about down here. That fender is movable in all directions, so I can make the bottom of the gap match the top. It's obviously not touching or anything like that. So I think compared to what we had, I think we're living with it. As for the back door, that's the way it is. Even my wagon was that bad. So with that, I'm taking off this mirror. We're popping off this chrome trim. These things are just like door edge guard looking things. We did come out here and discuss what we don't want on the car. We probably do not want this trim back on the car. Okay. We don't want that emblem back on the car, obviously not the pinstripe. I don't know what we're going to do with those stainless steel things. It'd be nice to put them back. It's hard to get those. Obviously wood tone's gone. We got to pop off the door panel, take out the thing, but that's not going to prevent Junior from coming out here and working. I'd like to fire up the heat. Ruben was talking about how cold it is. This is how cold it is right now. So and this is what I used to measure my door gaps. So, like I said, I think we're doing pretty good there. It's very deceiving when you look at it because this stripe is clearly 1/4 inch below this line. This one is like at the line. This is hand pinstriping, that's a decal. So, okay, let's keep going with this. We're gonna have to do some welding. Trim gone, 4 small holes to weld. That's not bad. About the same in the back, 5 holes. Okay, stainless is good. This chrome piece is crap. So we're eliminating the trim. That's only on the DL models. We don't have a DL model anymore once I took the emblem off. Those emblems aren't going back either. Probably gonna skin it of most emblems. I think in the front it'll say something, the back it'll say something. That'll probably disappear. And it'll just have the, whatchamacallit, the engine size. So, like I said, the less chrome the better. So, if this piece was stainless all the way up to here and was mint, I'd leave it. I ain't hunting these things down. I don't want to hunt them down. I'd rather just leave it just like that. So, obviously we're leaving the molding around the window. And I told Junior, I said, by the time we take that off and put it back on, there won't be anything left to it, so we'll decide that as time goes on, what we're gonna do. We're not up there yet. So, I gotta get something to warm up this wood tone, and I wanna get the rocker molding off. And decide what we're gonna do. I see, got a little dent here, which I knew, and some bubble in here, so that means this corner's gonna need a little repair. Just comment on these. But the only way to repair these and not have it come back like immediately is to go inside the door and scrape off all the factory sound deadening that failed. That's allowing the water to go and then get right into there. So if you fix it, it's just gonna re-rot. And this is a outside, gonna be driven car. So we want the stuff to last as long as we can. So it's looking better already. Let's get those off. Okay guys, I just fired up the compressors up there. How do you guys fire the compressors on a cold day? Me, I let them run for about 30 seconds, and then I kill them. And the reason I do that is I let a little bit of the heat that just built up soak into the oil and thin it out. And then I'll give it another minute, I'll fire them up again. Does that do anything? I have no idea. But as you guys know, I have at least one of them 35 years and the other one is 35 years old. There you go, for the Hornet guys. Let's just get the panel in here. Concords, they wrap them up over. Amazing. The glass latch and lock components inside this door are assembled right, certified by number 7. Yo, number 7, where are you now? I need to take this crap back out. Look at a big beam inside the door. Oh yeah. You know, that baby's gotta have a bend in the front. That's probably why they only pushed the door out so far. So let's work on the latch. Let's get a light. Okay, for now, this lock is staying just like this. What a pain in the crotch that's gonna be to do. But even opening the door is a pain. That Z-bar looking thing has to be pushed back. I don't know why the door handles always snap on these cars. So with that, we'll wrap this with masking tape and Junior can get working. So, I also want to cover up the glass. So any grinding that goes on there, I learned the hard way, melts into the glass. That is simply amazing, but it does. Shows you how soft the glass is. And I think we're good to get working here. Start working. Still got to take off the back door panel and get that handle. We got a little ways for that. We can do a lot of work before I get to that. So, and when he comes out here, I'll start working on the rear moldings and the marker light and all that. And he's got to pop the bumper off. Well, there you go. Tape. Whoops. I don't even know what this is a picture of. Looks like some kind of crest. I have no idea. Nor do I care. So, good. I know it's metal. This doesn't sound like metal. It's okay, guys. That's it. Strip down. Let's go. Okay. Got all this junk off here too. So this, every single screw will not come out. And this screw here is ripped out. There's really no damage to the thing. But many years ago, I had the trailer on the back and I went to make a U-turn on my block. And I pulled into someone's driveway and it went into a major twist. I had the really wide tires on there. And it hooked this trim. This trim is like an inch wide. And it hooked it. And when I went to back up, it caught into the side wall. Took the edges of the tread off like a razor and bent it down. And we pushed it back, called it good. Didn't really damage the molding. The molding is still good. This can be just pushed right back in. So I really don't want to destroy it. It's a good piece of molding. So I got to pull the wheel and go in there nice and grind those heads off. do a drill them off, whatever I choose to do. We'll come from the backside with a little pair of needle nose vice grips, see if I can get them out, whatever I do. So I don't want to damage that piece of molding, so I gotta jack it up and take this wheel off, and that's not gonna happen. So he's got a little while before he gets back to over here. So we're good.